just a second here, just getting the recording started up, and we'll be streaming this over so all of our friends at Facebook can join as well. All right, I hope everyone is having a good start to their day. You have to excuse me if my voice is just a little bit raspy, still getting over a cold here on my end. Okay, all right. So it looks like we are good to go. All right, so yeah, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Grandstream's new generation of DECT solutions just released. You may have seen our DP752, which is our new base station, DP730, which is our new high-end handset, DECT handset, and the announced but not quite, in availability yet, the DP722, excuse me. That's our new mid-range DECT handset. So today, basically, we're just going to go ahead and go through a short presentation and overview of the devices, the different technical specs and features that they have. We'll take a quick dive into the deployment scenarios. Then I'll just go ahead and take any questions that you guys have just to help out there and clarify anything that's needed. Should be a pretty quick one today, as we're just giving an overview of the new generation, the new devices. Pretty exciting, though. Really looking forward to these ones. And with that, let me just go ahead and pull up the presentation and get us started. Oh, and I forgot to mention, my name is Brian Van Meter, by the way. I'm our marketing manager here at Grandstream Networks. Sometimes forget that introductory part. All right. All right, so everyone should be able to see my presentation right now. But basically, we are, like I said, introducing a new generation of DECT solutions within this webinar here. So just a quick about Grandstream, just to sort of fill those in who may not be completely familiar with us. We were founded in 2002 with over 600, founded in 2002. We have over 600 employees, a wide product portfolio containing over 40 products, everything from our business conferencing devices all the way down to our award-winning IPVXs there. We primarily serve the small, medium-sized businesses in consumer markets. You can see on the right, we really have offices all over the world here, focusing on global distribution. We're always honored to get any kind of awards and really be nominated or presented with anything here. It's always a little bit of a bragging point we like to bring up. It's always something that we're kind of proud here. We definitely have an award-winning history from our many TMC Communication Solution Awards to some of our more recent Frost & Sullivan IT SPA Awards and other TMC Internet Telephony Awards as well. So when it comes to Grandstream, it's always about the total Grandstream solution here, everything from IP voice, our conferencing products, our networking products, security products, excuse me. We're really a one-stop shop to your communication and your sort of deployment needs. But today we're talking more into our IP telephony products, focusing primarily on our new generation of DECT cordless solutions. 3 new devices that were really recently announced. So this new range is our DP752 in the middle there, the DP730 you can see on the right, and the DP722 on the left. It comes with a suite of telephony features, no matter what you're using here. Of course, it supports everything, the normal hold, transfer, forward features. 3-way conference. Each of the 2 new handsets support a push-to-talk feature. Intercom capability is fully supported as well, along with call, park, pickup, and ring groups. Auto answer, click to dial, flexible dial plans, all supported, downloadable phone books, up to 400-meter range, depending on the device that you're using. We'll get a little bit more into that, and of course, much more. So just to give a little bit, let's go through an overview of each of the devices. We're looking at the DP730 handset here. This is our new high-end DECT handset. As you can see, it has everything from the proximity sensor all the way down to the 3.0mm headset jack. 3 programmable soft keys. On the side there, the push-to-talk multifunction key, the volume up and volume down dedicated keys, along with the battery compartments, micro USB port for easy charging with the device. You can see as well has the the menu keys, mutes, hands-free speaker, everything easily available right there. Cool thing to point out with this as well as the built-in accelerometer on the device. All right, so primarily when it comes to this new device, when it comes to you resellers and installers out there, this is our new high-end DECT cordless IP phone. The big thing about this is it allows the users to mobilize their VoIP network throughout any business, really focusing on enabling that advanced communication while still staying on the go. Of course, using that DECT technology, which allows for very easy, high-quality, long-range voice communications. It works with both the DP750 and the DP752 DECT VoIP base stations. Good thing to point out there as well. So just taking a little bit more of a dive into the technical specs of this device, it has a 2.4-inch color display, 10 lines to 10 SIP account per handset, the dedicated push-to-talk button on the side there. The HD audio and noise shield technology really makes this device high quality in your conversations. Of course, it also supports the 3.5mm headset jack. Has a rechargeable battery. This allows up to 40 hours of talk time and 500 hours of standby time. This device can really be out in the field and really be brought around from place to place without being put back onto that charging cradle and being able to stay reliable and consistent. The DP730 as well has a built-in gesture control sensor and an accelerometer. Main kind of advantages to this, it can tell when you're bringing it up to look at it, the screen will come up when you are currently talking, and then you have to bring it down to maybe access the phone book, along with being able to recognize when you're bringing the device up to make a call. Like I said, it pairs with the DP752 and the DP750 base stations. All right, so a quick dive into the DP722 handset here. One of the main things you may notice that it does not have compared to the DP730 right off the bat is those side keys, the volume up, volume down, and a dedicated push-to-talk button. It does, however, have 2 configurable multifunction soft keys above the on hook and the power key and the off hook and dial key. It does not have those 3 programmable soft keys across the top. So it's our mid-tier cordless handset. This one sort of keeps on focusing on that high mobility, but tends to be a little bit more towards those retail stores and residential environments. It is well supported by the DP750 and the DP752 DECT voice base stations as well. So you can always maintain any existing Grandstream DECT deployments that you have while integrating these new devices into it. So just to point out some of the key technical specs with this, slightly smaller screen, it's a 1.8-inch color display, still has full support for the 10 lines and 10 SIP accounts per handset. It is a configurable push-to-talk button. Like I pointed out earlier, it doesn't have that dedicated push-to-talk button on the side. However, those 2 soft keys at the top there can be configurable to the push-to-talk feature. Of course, it comes with the HD audio noise shield technology as well to maintain that perfect crisp conversation. And the rechargeable battery here supports up to 20 hours of talk time and 250 hours of standby. It still has that built-in gesture control center and accelerometer as well, just really upping that user quality. And like I said, it pairs with the DP752 and the DP750 base station. All right, to the DP752 base station, we went with a slightly different design on this one. If you're already familiar with our DP750, as you can see here, the pedestal allows it to actually stand up, which gives a little bit better reception from the base station with the devices. As you can see here, really streamlined user experience with the power LED, network, and DECT LEDs. Then, of course, there's a subscribe and page button on the side as well. All right, so this device is really our long-range DECT VoIP base station. As you can see here, the main thing to point out is that it supports a range up to 400 meters outdoors and 50 meters indoors. Really gives users that freedom to move around their work or their home space very easily. And we'll get a little bit more into different deployment scenarios with this in a second. The VoIP base station pairs with up to 5 of Grandstream's DP series DECT handsets as well. Just to really be able to up that power and the amount of devices that can run within the base station's range. All right, so just go over some of the technical specs here. The range up to 400 meters outdoors and 50 meters indoors. Supports up to 5 handsets. It can support the DP730, the DP720, or our upcoming DP722. 10 SIP accounts as well, 5 concurrent calls per system. And then, of course, HD audio is supported and the 3-way conferencing as well. Supports that push-to-talk functionality when it comes to the DP722 and the DP730. And pair handset, the handsets can be paired simply by pressing the pairing button on the DP752. Really makes configuring and setting up a solution way easier. In it, like I said, it does support this DP720 handset. We've been getting a few questions about this. This device does work with all of our previous devices, and the previous handsets, base station will work with our current new handsets. All right, so just wanted to highlight some of the major additions here to each of these. The push-to-talk button is definitely a large improvement. It allows users who are moving around these usually very high-paced communication networks to easily just talk with each other. With the DP730 is dedicated on the side. There's a push-to-talk button that's on the side of the handset. Then with the DP750, the 722, it's a configurable push-to-talk button on the side there. On the soft key. All right, and like I said, this device, any SIP account can be loaded on any of the handsets when it comes to the base station. So 10 SIP accounts total can be distributed how you need it to, which allows for very highly customized networks. Keep in mind, too, if you've already done a deployment or you're looking to allow people to use maybe the more basic DP720 option that we had, it does work with this new base station as well. All right, and this device is really made, the solution was really made for global deployments. As you can see with our various frequency bands, we support everything from Europe, US, Brazil, Korea, Japan, Taiwan, and then of course numbers of channels available is shown as below. All right, I'm just going to take a quick drink of water before we move on. Okay. All right, some of the ring groups are supported within this device, which really enables users to efficiently move throughout any kind of area while still maintaining their communications. Circular mode, which is, of course, all the phones ringing sequentially, starting with the phone next to the phone that answered the last call. Ring groups can be set to a linear mode, which is all phones ringing sequentially in a pre-designated order. A parallel mode, which is all phones ringing at the same time. Then the shared mode, which is all phones ringing concurrently and always sharing the same line. Really allows you to just highly customize any deployment to whatever business or residential network you are making the solution for. All right, so speaking of, let's just kind of take a quick look at the different deployments that are available here. We definitely sort of highlight various different mobility focused scenarios when it comes to these deployment options. So we're talking hotels, hospitality, hospitals and emergency personnel will find a lot of use out of this. Education spaces, definitely a big benefit, especially when it comes to janitorial and security staff. SMBs and enterprises that find their staff being a little bit more on the move would definitely be able to utilize this. Of course, restaurants and retail. This is a big deal to allow people, allow employees to be able to move out a little bit more fluently throughout the store while still being able to stay connected to phone lines and incoming calls from potential customers. Construction and warehouses, definitely these people are constantly moving and need to stay up to date on all the relevant information. Very important for them as well. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a quick glance through some deployment scenarios and talk about how these features really benefit them. When it comes to offices, SMB, and enterprises, this is really enabling the sort of new whole focus on office mobility. More and more we're seeing it important that people are able to move fluently throughout any type of office. Of course, you can make and receive calls from anywhere with this, which is really ideal for sales, marketing, accountings, and of course, customer service teams. When it comes to customer service teams and sales, the ring groups, very important when it comes to this, enabling and just customizing any type of business deployment. When it comes to warehouses, the long range, so up to 400 meters with the DP752 base station, definitely a huge benefit, allowing customers and employees to just fluently move throughout this warehouse without having to worry about losing connection. The push-to-talk feature allows individuals to very easily communicate back and forth with each other. Then, of course, the gesture control and the accelerometer really allows the device to just simply being used with one hand with ease. All right, taking a quick look at deployment scenarios, continuing on, hospitality. So when it comes to guests, this is a really cost-effective in-room cordless handset solution. Staff, it allows for long range, so staff can easily move throughout the building while still maintaining communications with each other. Ring groups, of course, are very important with this, along with the push-to-talk and accelerometer in this case as well. In the final deployment scenario we kind of want to highlight here is the retail deployments, the wireless cordless access from an entire store. This mainly really enables employees to be able to do multiple functions at the same time. It really allows them to move throughout the store, stocking, taking inventory, helping customers, while still being able to stay connected to phone lines to field incoming calls and to assist with that. Of course, the long range is an important thing to point out here, as well as with the push-to-talk and, once again, the ring groups. All right, guys, so that sort of wraps up our overview presentation of the new solution. Let me just go ahead and pop back over here, just so I can bring in myself back. All right, there I am. All right. So yeah, guys, I'll go ahead and take any questions that you may have right now. So if you have any questions, please just go ahead and use that Q&A feature on the bottom of your screen. If you're watching us through IP Video Talk, if you're attending this webinar through Facebook, go ahead and just ask the questions in the comments, and I'll get back to you after this once we're all wrapped up here. I believe if you've been using the chat too, if you don't mind, please just pop back over and use the Q&A. I know we have Phil going around here helping with any type of chat questions as well, but like I said, please try and use that Q&A feature. It helps us stay a little bit more organized with things. All right. Okay, David asked, how durable are these handsets for maintenance, warehouse, and etc. workers? Definitely. That's a good question. I need to check what the drop safe information is on that, David, and just when I follow up with this follow up with this webinar, send an email, I'll include a little more information for you on that. I don't believe it's really certified for any type of extreme scenarios. sort of where the device is really prone to get damaged, definitely would not recommend deploying into that. We definitely are looking into more durable options. Mainly just wanted to release this new generation and give a little bit more of a wider portfolio first, though. All right, is a 3CX template available? I need to get back to you on that one as well. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure on the top of my head. I think that, Phil, if maybe you can chime in via the chat on that one. Do you happen to know? All right. Ooh, hot in here. Just a few more questions coming in. What does the accelerometer do? The accelerometer mainly just makes the quality of life when using the device a little bit easier. Mainly, for example, if you're talking with it up here or you have it on your side, when you bring it up, the screen will automatically brighten, really sort of reduces the amount of key clicks that you have to go through with the device. Along with, you can even program it as being like, for example, to perform a certain action when the phone is dropped or has a sudden movement. For example, sending out maybe an alert in case that it's on the hip of security staff or construction or warehouse staff, just for safety purposes. It can maybe send out a call that way. Those are just a few different uses for it, but primarily it's just making the actual usage of the device a little bit more fluid for user experience. All right. So I think that's most of the questions that we had coming in here. If you have any more questions, guys, feel free to get in the Q&A now. If you sort of come up with one later and after this meeting, go ahead and either ask it on the Facebook. On our Facebook page, you'll actually see the live version of this webinar, or I'm sending out an email, so feel free to just reach back out to me there, and I can answer your question as well. But anyway, thank you all so much for taking some time out of your day, learning a little bit more about our new DECT generation. Appreciate you all joining, and have yourselves a great rest of your week. Thank you so much. Take care.